Nightly greetings, one and all. William Theo here, homegrown and happy to bring you PTV News Now. And tops on our stories tonight. When the president arrived in the towns of Talisay and Laurel earlier today, he saw the widespread and extensive fallout left by severe tropical storm Christine, which cemented his resolve that government's disaster response would entail greater protection, prevention, reinforcement strategies, and enhanced intra-agency cooperation on its rehab and rebuilding efforts moving forward. Hence, he directed the Trade and Industry Department to actively participate in the procurement of high-standard materials to build back better. Likewise, he ordered a better warning forecast by the country's weather predicting agency and instructed dam water spill-off as standard operating procedure during extended storms or deadly typhoons. It comes as no surprise why the Philippines has been hailed as the paragon for disaster response amid the worst effects of extreme climate change in the last Asia-Pacific Ministerial Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction. The President and his team's initiatives speak volumes. Meanwhile, the race for the 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue will be decided by a tightly contested count of the electoral votes. But don't look now. If the count extends well after 24 or 48 hours, the Trump team has made it known it will file claims against perceived fraud or irregularities even without evidence to support them. But the Harris team has prepped itself for such eventuality, as VOA's Veronica Valderas Iglesias reports.
Earlier this year, Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump told several media outlets that if the results of the November 5th presidential election are, quote, honest, fair, and free, he would accept them. Election officials are confident the voting process will be fair, secure, and transparent. But the former president has increasingly voiced concern about his opponents possibly committing fraud.
If we can keep that cheating down, because they're a bunch of cheats, if we can keep that cheating down, we're going to have a tremendous victory.
Tonight with election
During an interview that aired last month on NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt, Vice President Kamala Harris told NBC News anchor Hallie Jackson that her team will be ready to go if Trump loses and attempts to subvert the election.
We will deal with election night and the days after as they come, and we have the resources and the expertise and the focus on that as well.
The Republican National Committee has in place a so-called election integrity program in battleground states. Its lawyers have filed more than 100 lawsuits over perceived voting rules irregularities, but many have been shut down in court. Democrats have launched their own legal efforts, including suing to prevent potential delays in the certification of Georgia's state election results. In tight presidential races such as this year's, legal battles are expected. Most of them will be fought in swing states, analysts predict.
At the polling place, we often see contests over whether or not ballots are being handled properly. In the post-election day period, there are disputes about whether or not individual voters are actually eligible and whether their provisional ballots should be cast and counted.
Anyone who claims fraud, however, must present proof, legal experts warn.
Lawyers, be careful what you allege. Make sure that you can prove it. Otherwise, they may be subject to discipline, as we've seen growing out of the 2020 challenges.
Trump's former lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, for instance, was disbarred for spreading baseless claims that the 2020 election was stolen. The legal battles could delay the outcome of the presidential election. But if on Tuesday night the results are clearly in favor of one presidential nominee over another by some noteworthy margin, analysts say it will be much harder for the opposing party to contest those results. Veronica Valderas Iglesias, VOA News, Washington.
At this juncture, let's shift focus to my colleague in PTV's Baguio City studios for what's hot and happening in the Cordilleras. Ala?
Naimbag Arabi Pilipinas, nagbali na natal nati pa nakobserbar ti Undas iti Cordillera. Itinagbalin ang monitoring ti Police Regional Office Cordillera awan tinalista a krimen kadagiti Campo Santo kan nadadagsen nga aksidente. Babanda ito ititulong dagiti nagduduma a volunteer groups kan disiplina dagiti umili. Pinagyamanan mo ti pulisya dagiti nagduduma online agencies ang nagbalin akabin nadangda. Nupay kasta nakakumpiskar lat na ti pulisya kadagiti cleaning materials, manibod kadagiti umili. Iti latinidad nakakumpiskar ti pulisya kadagiti cleaning materials ken arak.
Awan ng Diyos, wala naman tayong naitalang mga insidente sa loob ng mga sementeryo. At ito ay sinasabi natin na epekto ng police visibility kasi saturated ang ating mga sementeryo ng ating mga troops para bantayan, siguraduhin na safe ang mga
Iti sa bali payadamag Undas si supply ti bagas iti Cordillera sigun iti Department of Agriculture. Nupay kasta, ikam kampanya ti ahensya ti saan a panangsayang iti bagas. Kabiyatan na Organic Agriculture Month, maramrambakan batlang ipa a Nobyembre. Iti panagadal ti Philippine Rice Research Institute wenno PhilRice iti 2008 namuan adwa a kutsara nga inapoy wenno 9 gramo ti bagas ti masaysayang ti tunggal Pilipino iti inaldaw. Isu a kagidna ti obserbasyon ti National Rice Awareness Month ipalpalagi ti Department of Agriculture Cordillera ti saan a panagsayang iti bagas. Iti Cordillera Region kang runa na pagtataudan ti bagas ti probinsya ti Abra, Apayao ken Kalinga. Iti 2022, 83% ti rice self-sufficiency teriyon. Kabiyatan na mabobserbaran lang itaabulan ti may kasangapulo ang National Organic Agriculture Month. Impanakil ti ahensya at ti Cordillera ti kaadwan wenno adaan iti kangatuan as Certified Participatory Guarantee System at dumanon iti 45 organic agriculture farms.
National Rice Awareness Month to increase the awareness of people on the importance of para hindi sila magsayang ng bigas at saka para may pagkain lahat.
Intensify po natin ang promotion ng organic agriculture sa mga consumers and then matutulungan po natin ang ating mga organic farmers na at least maipakilala ang kanilang organikong produkto na safe po for consumption.
Dagiti damdamag, manipod ito'y PTV Cordillera, siya ni Ana Sungduan, naimbag Arabiin.
Thank you, Allah, and that's all for tonight. Join us anew tomorrow afternoon and evening for more breaking stories at the hour. Stay connected by catching the news right here. William Theo wishing you all a restful night ahead, and thank you for watching PTV News Now.